Orlando Ball Club, 22-18, and now 5th in the Eastern Conference.
Just in those end-of-game situations, like, that's the most fun part of the game for me.
Banchero leading the break.
You know, when it's the fourth quarter, it's a close game, and, you know, every possession matters, and you have the chance to, you know, really flip a game or decide a game with, you know, 1 or 2 possessions.
Anthony to Banchero, pull-up jumper for 2. He drills it. A come-from-behind victory on a Sunday night. This was pure magic tonight in Orlando.
You know, the shot that I hit, you know, everyone talked about that, but took all 8, you know, to win that game.
It's Paolo Banchero. This is my diary with ESPN Andscape.
I used to live in a condo downtown, close to the arena, close to the gym. After my rookie season, I was hanging out with KD at his house in LA. We was just chilling, playing video games, and he just was like, man, I know you got the biggest house out there in Orlando. I know you live like a king. And I was like, nah, man, I'm living in a little condo downtown. And he just looked at me like, what? Like, what did you just say? Like, what do you mean you don't live in a house? You in a condo? And so he was kind of taken back by that, and he was like, "You're #1 pick, you know, face of the franchise. Like, you gotta live like it." And so after that, it kind of changed my perspective a little bit. Like, Kevin Durant's telling me this, you know, maybe I was thinking about getting a house. So my whole second year, I kind of was looking for a house, and by the end of the year, you know, I was able to find one and move in during the summer. And here to start my 3rd year, I long moved in. And KD, he ain't been here yet, but I look forward to showing him. I ain't like, this is why I actually got the house. This is why I got the house. This is a full 94-foot NBA regulation court. My logo on the center. I really haven't put much work in here yet because I was hurt. Just got here over the summer, but like this next summer, I'll be spending a lot of hours, a lot of time in here working on my craft. And then my room is right up there that looks over the court. So like you walk out and the windows is right there. So it looks over. I'm telling you, this is why I got the house. Like, got this, it's a full court. Most houses I've seen with a court, you know, you got a half court, you might have a smaller full court, but this is 94 feet, got corner threes, got NBA line, so this is where I'm gonna be, man. It's gonna be the sanctuary. I'm gonna get the walls done too. I'm gonna get like wallpaper on the walls with like me on there. I'm gonna have my mom on there. I'm gonna have like Michael Jordan, LeBron, all the dudes that I grew up, you know, studying. So this is what I'm one of the most proud of right here. P5 Arena, Banchero Court. Those 2 months away they were tough, but I think I did a really good job of just keeping my spirits high. You know, throughout those 2 months, whether it was just being around the team, being around my family, friends, and just also keeping myself motivated with the work I was doing to get back onto the court. It was like a new challenge for me every week. It kept the target date, you know, always on my mind. You know, when I first got hurt, it was like Christmas time. That's what I initially was thinking, so that was where my mind was. And then we got closer to Christmas time, you know, it was like, probably be after the first of the year. You know, January 5th, that was the game I kind of had marked down to come back, you know, and I was cleared. But, you know, Arnie still had a lot of things he still wanted to see from me. And so kind of had to tell me again, like, you know, that might be a little soon, but we're getting close. And so it just kept me always trying to work towards that next date. So when I got the news that, January 10th was going to be the day, I'd actually come back, against the Bucks, I was just really excited, just because it had been so long, and I felt like I was doing such a good job of, keeping my spirits high when I wasn't playing, but honestly, I felt like, it was starting to run out a little bit.
Banchero, top of the arc for three, drills it.
For me to finally get out there, it was just pure joy. I didn't really care how my body felt or what my conditioning was like. I was just happy to be out there, and I think when I made that first three, I just kind of let out a bunch of emotion because, it just felt so good to be out there and to make a shot, which is something that sounds crazy, saying now, but, going through this injury, it made me kind of appreciate just being out there on the court, in front of the fans with my teammates and just getting that competition that I had been missing for so long. You always get up to play the Celtics. They've been the best team in the East since I've been in the NBA. Pretty much all 3 years they've been one seed. So you always get up to play the Celtics. A loaded team. Obviously they got Jalen and Jayson leading the charge, but then you also got a bunch of great players. Whether it's Drew, Derek White, Porzingis, Peyton Pritchard, Northwest guy off the bench, and so that's a great challenge, and also playing in TD Garden is one of my favorite places to play. I think the fans there are always engaged and really loud, and we've had some close games there too where it's been a pretty fun environment. So I just look forward to going back to Boston, playing there and battling it out and hopefully getting a win. I would say the hope is still there to be an All-Star. Obviously, I missed so many games, so with that being said, I think I am an All-Star. But that's for the the fans or the coaches to decide. And honestly, I just want to get wins and put my team in the best position to advance in the postseason and hopefully have home court heading into the postseason. But if I was able to be All-Star, that'd be great. This year it's on the West Coast, San Francisco. I got family in the Bay. So I'm sure if I was to make it, I'd have a ton of friends and family out there supporting me, happy to be there. So yeah, it would be dope, and yeah, looking forward to it. MLK Day has been a part of my life, forever, just because one thing I always associate with MLK Day for me is basketball. I've always had MLK tournaments, elementary school through AAU, high school, we had MLK tournaments. So whenever we're celebrating Martin Luther King, I always feel like, there should be some good basketball being played. And, obviously we know what, Martin Luther King did, just for not only our country, but for the world, helping us, progress in the right direction and, help us love one another, no matter the color of our skin. And I think we see that more than ever now in the NBA and all over, where you got guys from all different backgrounds, races, religions, all in this one league, playing against each other, competing. And, I think it's honestly, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for Martin Luther King. So it's always an honor to celebrate his day and to hopefully play some basketball.